चरण मातारा मारो श्रद्धा फूल बिछाओ चरण मातारा शरणि हमारो श्रद्धा फूल बिछाओ पतित पावन नाम तुम्हारो तन मन धन पारो हे मनमोहन दुलारा हे मनमोहन राधा दुलारा हे यदुनंदन कृष्ण मुरारी तारी लीला कोई न जाने तारी लीला कोई न जाने हे यदुनंदन कृष्ण मुरारी हे यदुनंदन कृष्ण मुरारी हे मुरलीधर हे गिरिधारी हे मुरलीधर हे गिरिधारी हे यदुनंदन कृष्ण मुरारी हे यदुनंदन कृष्ण मुरारी हे यदुनंदन कृष्ण मुरारी
जय जय सीताराम। सबको प्रेम से बोलो भगवान रामचंद्र की जय। जय जय सीताराम to each and everyone joining us this evening as we wait for the feed to build and for all of the media houses to make the appropriate connections. As you all aware, we are live on Akashvani 106.5 FM in Trinidad and Tobago and on the internet, and also on Swar HD radio and TV live on the internet, on Facebook Live as well, and soon to be on YouTube Live. As we begin this broadcast this evening, I ask all of you to please sit upright for a few minutes as we recite some beautiful shlokas invoking the name of Bhagwan into our satsang. This is the very first in our series called Shivoham. Prem se bolo Mahapati Mahadev ki jai. Let us pray. Hari Om, Hari Om. Hari Om. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswate Namaha, Shri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Namaha. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Deva Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Matrurupena Samstita, Namastasye, 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 Namo Namaha. Karpur Goram, Karunavataram, Samsar Saram, Bhujagendra Haram, Sada Vasantam Hridayarvinde, Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami, Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami. Atulit Baladhamam Ema Shailabadeham, Dhanujavar Krishanum Jnaninam Agraganyam, Sakala Gunanidharam Vanaranam Adhisham, Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatam Namami. Om Bhurabhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrusham Meghvarnam Subhangam Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanayanam Yogi Dhyanagam Vande Vishnu Bhavaiharam Sarvalokekanatham, Sarvalokekanatham, Sarvalokekanatham. Jaganatham. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. प्रेम से बोलो गजानन स्वामी की जय. जय जय सीताराम सब कोई. Namaste. Jai Guru Datta. Om Sai Ram. A pleasant good evening, Sitaram, to each and every one of you this evening. Listeners of Akash Vani 106.5 FM, Swarga HD Radio and TV, and of course Facebook Live, and to all my dear brothers and sisters, friends and relatives, mothers, fathers, gurus, cousins, nieces, nephews, to each and every one of you. Jai Jai Sitaram Sab Koi. We go now as we begin our Katha this evening. The very first sloka of Sri Ramcharitamanas, a beautiful prayer composed by Goswami Tulsidas Ji, Kavi Samrat Sahitya Chakravarti Goswami Tulsidas Ji. As he praises Lord Ganesha, Mother Vani, the goddess of speech, we ask her to sit on our tongues this evening. As we begin our discourse, we ask her for control of this moment that we seek now, to come before the gods and goddesses and to ask for their blessings. We chant Mangalashtakam. Varnanam Arthasanghanam Rasanam Chandasamapi Mangalanam Cha Kartaro Vande Vani Vinayako Bhavani Shankaro Vande Shraddha Vishwasrupino Yabhyam Vinana Pashanti Siddha Swantastam Ishwaram Vande Bodhamayam Nityam Guru Shankara Rupino Yamashrito hi Vakropi Chandraha Sarvata Vandatyai Sitaram Gunagram Punyaranya Vrivahrino Vande Vishuddha Vidyano Kavishwara Kapishwara. प्रेम से बोलो भगवान रामचंद्र की जय. Swagatam, Swagatam. Welcome to my dear friends and relatives, brothers and sisters this evening. Special thank you to DJ Mamu of Akash Vani Radio and Kavita Ji as well, Kavita Ram Khilavan, Akash Vani, and Sharma, Mr. Sharma, Brother Sharma, and Hema Ramnarayan Ji of Swarg HD Radio and TV. And to you, members of the listening audience, wherever you are, whether you're tuned in to the media, whether you're here with us live on Facebook, we say to you, Sitaram, Namaste, Sairam, Jai Guru Datta. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Brothers and sisters, this our first episode, our first session of this series of programs called Shivoham. Shivoham, as we'll explain later on, focused on Shiva, that which I am. Chidananda Rupam, Shivoham, Shivoham. This evening, as we begin, we go now, as we always do in satsang, to the feet of the Guru. Guru, the remover, one who removes the darkness from our lives. In all of our lives, we have two first Gurus who are, of course, our mothers and fathers. Tonight, I'm very fortunate to have my mother and father tuned in through the media, all the way down in the city of Debe, Trinidad. I say to you, Swagatam, and I bow to your lotus feet. For your blessings, it is who I am and what I am today. I thank you. We sing now this beautiful bhajan dedicated to the feet of Guru. We say, Guru Matru Pita, Guru Bandhu Sakha, Tere Charano Me Swami, Mere Koti Pranam. Mother, Father, bond this friendship for life. You always reside in my heart, O Gurudev. You are my devotion. You are my salvation. You are my Shiva. let us all blend our voices and sing. And I ask all of you, many of you have responded to me over the past few weeks indicating that your children, you even, you have your musical instruments, you have your tabla, your harmonium, your majiras, your dholaks. Bring them out. Now is the time. Bring them out. Join us in this collaborative virtual session as we sing and we glorify the name of Bhagwan. We sing beautiful bhajan now dedicated to Guruji. Guru Matra Pita, Guru Bandhu Sakha, Guru Matra Pita, Guru Bandhu Sakha. तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम, तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम। प्रियताम तुम्ही, प्राणनाथ तुम्ही, प्रियताम तुम्ही, प्राणनाथ तुम्ही। तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम, तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम। गुरु मातृ पिता, गुरु बंधु सखा, गुरु मातृ पिता, गुरु बंधु सखा। तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम, तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम। तुम ही भक्ति हो, तुम ही शक्ति हो, तुम ही भक्ति हो, तुम ही शक्ति हो, तुम ही मुक्ति हो मेरे सांभ शिवा, तुम ही मुक्ति हो मेरे सांभ। बोलो गुरु मातृ पिता, गुरु बंधु सखा, गुरु मातृ पिता, गुरु बंधु सखा। तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम, तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम। तुम ही प्रेरणा, तुम ही आराधना, तुम ही प्रेरणा, तुम ही साधना, तुम ही आराधन मेरे भोले शिवा, तुम ही आराधन मेरे सांभ शिवा। गुरु मातृ पिता, गुरु बंधु सखा, गुरु मातृ पिता, गुरु बंधु सखा। तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम, तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम। तुम ही प्रेम हो, तुम ही करुणा हो, तुम ही प्रेम हो, तुम ही करुणा हो, तुम ही मोक्ष हो मेरे सांभ शिवा, तुम ही मोक्ष हो मेरे सांभ शिवा। बोलो गुरु मातृ पिता, गुरु बंधु सखा, गुरु मातृ पिता, गुरु बंधु सखा। तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम, तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम। प्रियताम तुम्ही, प्राणनाथ तुम्ही, प्रियताम तुम्ही, प्राणनाथ तुम्ही। तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम, तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम, तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम। प्रेम से बोलो श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। Devotees, blessings to our Guru. We seek the blessings of the dust on the feet of our Guru. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Wherever our Gurus are, if they have even gone to the past, we seek their blessings tonight. As we touch their feet, we say, Tere charanon mein Swami, Mere koti pranam, Guruji. Koti pranam. Brothers and sisters, today being Saturday, Shanivar, of course, we glorify the Lord and Master of this century. And he is none other than Mahavir Swami, Pavan Putra Hanumanji, Bajrang Bali Hanuman Baba. We glorify him as we chant now the 40 glorious verses of Sri Hanuman Chalisa. I am sure most of you, if not all of you, know the Sri Hanuman Chalisa like a plum in the palm of your hands. This evening I want you to blend your voices as we all sing in unison, collectively, in this virtual satsang, as we glorify Mahavir Swami with these 40 beautiful verses. Let us sing. Shri Guru Charan Saroj Raj Nij Man Mukur Sudhari Varno Raghuvar Vimal Yashu Jodhaya Kupal Chari Buddhi Natanu Janike Sumirao Pavan Kumar Pal Buddhi Vidya Dehu Arahu Kalesha Vikari. Prem se bola Pavan Putra Hanuman ki. Let us all sing. Jai Hanuman Gyan Gun Sagar Jai Kapis Tihulo Kaujagar Ramadut Atulit Palghama Anjani Putra Pavan Sudanama Mahavir Vikrang Bajrangi Kumatani Var Sumati Ke Sangi Kanchana Varan Viraj Sumesa Kanan Kundal Kunchit Kesa Hath Vajre Aur Bhaja Viraje Kaandhe जने साजे शंकर सुवर्ण केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महा जगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिवे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिवे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिया ही दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाए संजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति की भी बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई सहस्र बदन तुम्हारो यश गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद शारद सहित यहीसा जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाँ ते कवि कोविद कही सखई कहाँ ते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाए राजपत दीन्हा तुम्हारो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्त्र योजन पर भानु लीलुटाहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेली मुख माही जल गिलांगी गे अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगमय अनुग्रह तुम्हारे दे दे, राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होठ नया आज्ञा बिनु बैसारे, सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी शरणा, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना, आपन तेज संभारो आपे, तीनहु लोक आँखते कापे, भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे, नाशे रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा, संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे, सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा, और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे, चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा, साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे, अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता, राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा, तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे, अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई, और देवता चित न धरही, हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करही, संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा, जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई, जो शत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूत ही बंधी महा सुख होई, जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होए से भी साथी गौरीसा, तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, की जय नाथ हृदय महदेरा, की जय नाथ हृदय महदेरा, पवन तनय संकट हरण, मंगल मूर्ति रूप, राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुरभूप, बोलो बोलो पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, प्रेम से बोलो पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय, बजरंग बली, जय 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 सीताराम सबको। Dear devotees, once again, welcome, swagatam. I'd like to acknowledge this evening several devotees from near and far, from all over the world. I think we're representing quite a few countries here that are online with us, and of course those of you listening on the media. This evening, as we launch this new series, Shivoham, we go now before the feet of Bhagwan Shiva Shankar, and we seek his blessings. You know, Swami Shri Shri Ganapati Satchidananda Ji, Jai Guru Datta, he a year ago has given us this beautiful mantra to worship Bhagwan Shiva Shankar, to call upon him, to seek the Shakti of this Lord of this universe, the destroyer that's of all that's adharmic. It is Shivaya Rudraya Namaha. Shivaya Rudraya Namaha. Repeat after me. Shivaya Rudraya Namaha. And as we begin to sing, to chant and to glorify Bhagwan Shiva Shankar during this episode of Shivoham, this very first inaugural episode, I'd like to ask all the parents tonight, wherever the children are, bring them, because we are going to focus a part of this discourse this evening on our children. Let us remove them from the social media that they're hooked onto, all of the electronic tools, the gadgets and so forth, their PlayStations and whatnot, and bring them in front of your broadcast this evening so that they can listen and they can participate. If they have musical instruments, please encourage them to bring them and join us and sing as we glorify Bholenath this evening. We call upon that powerful Shiva Shambhu seated upon Mount Kailash as we praise him. Karapur Garan Karunavataran Sansara Saran Bhujagendraharan Sada Vasantam Hridayarvinde Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami. Jai Bhola Bhandari Shiva Hare, Jai Bhola Bhandari, Jai Bhola Bhandari Shiva Hare, Jai Bhola Bhandari, Jai Kailashpati Shiva Shankar, Jai Kailashpati Shiva Shankar, Sab jag ke hitkari, Jai Bhola Bhandari Shiva Hare, Jai Bhola Bhandari. निश दिन तेरा ध्यान करे हम, सिमरे मंत्र तिहारा, हे शिव शंकर मंत्र जगा लो, होवे घट उजियारा। नमामि शंकर नमामि शंकर, नमामि शंकर नमामि शंकर, कृपा करो त्रिपुरारी। हे भोला, जय भोला भंडारी शिव हरे, जय भोला भंडारी, जय कैलाशपति शिव शंकर, जय कैलाशपति शिव शंकर, सब जग के हितकारी। हे भोला, जय भोला भंडारी शिव हरे, जय भोला भंडारी। शंखनाद से शब्द जगाकर स्वर संगीत बहाया, युग युग तेरे सृष्टि नाते ऐसा डमरू बजाया। तेरी याद भुला के जग में, तेरी याद भुला के जग में, दुख पावे संसारी। हे भोला, जय भोला भंडारी शिव हरे, जय भोला भंडारी, जय कैलाशपति शिव शंकर, जय कैलाशपति शिव शंकर, सब जग के हितकारी। बोला, जय भोला भंडारी शिव हरे, जय भोला भंडारी। तीनों ताप हरण कर लेता ये त्रिशूल तिहारा, तेरा नाम जपे से जग में मिलता मुक्ति द्वारा। महादेव पर ब्रह्म विधाता, महादेव पर ब्रह्म विधाता, आए शरण तिहारी। भोला, जय भोला भंडारी शिव हरे, जय भोला भंडारी, जय कैलाशपति शिव शंकर, जय कैलाशपति शिव शंकर, सब जग के हितकारी, जय भोला भंडारी शिव हर, जय भोला भंडारी, जय भोला भंडारी शिव हर, जय भोला भंडारी। Praise the Umarpati Mahadev ki Jai. I can hear you singing, I can see you clapping and joining in this beautiful session of devotion. My dear brothers and sisters, the support and the love, the outpouring of support for this series of programs has been absolutely phenomenal. And it is my hope that we will have a very positive impact on the lives of everyone, especially our children. As we begin this series today, let us lead with the following basic but factual principles of life. And what are they? Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba tells us very beautifully, he says, Prema Sarupalaya, devotees of God, there is only one religion, and that is the religion of love. He says, there is only one language, and that is the language of the heart. He says, there is only one caste, and that is the caste of humanity. And he says, there is only one law, and that is the law of karma. And there is only one God, and He is omnipresent. Sarvaloka ekanatham. In this time of uncertainty in the world today, brothers and sisters, let us focus on that which we are certain of. Love for God, selfless service to mankind, as we say, love all and serve all. You know, the universe responds to our frequency. What do we mean by this? It doesn't recognize your personal desires, wants, or needs. However, it only understands the frequency in which we are vibrating. For example, if we are vibrating in the frequency of fear, guilt, or shame, that is what you are going to attract similar things with that similar vibration. If you are vibrating with the frequency of love, joy, and abundance, you are going to attract the things that support this frequency. It's kind of like tuning into a radio station, you know, like Akashvani or Swarg HD. You want to listen to just like what you have been tuned into, the energy that you want to manifest into your life. Let us change our mindsets. It will certainly change our lives, brothers and sisters. And a guaranteed way to do this is to make this change, is to chant the name of God in bhajan and kirtan. And how do we do this? By singing the names of Bhagwan. This evening again, we go before Bhagwan Shiva Shankar. This bhajan tells us, victory to you, O Lord Shiva Shankar, who resides in Mount Kailash, who plays the Damal. It says, your name provides liberation, O Lord, from this world. You are the protector of the poor and the downtrodden. You are the embodiment of the supreme bliss, O Shiva Shankar. You are the source of all happiness. Everyone is singing your praises today, O Shambhu. You are perfect, you are timeless and immortal. O Lord of all forms of yoga, please reside in our hearts, the bhajan tells us. Karpur Garam Karunavataram Sansar Saram Bhujagendraharam Sada Vasantam Hridayarvinde Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami. Brothers and sisters, devotees, listen to the divine call now. I want you to feel the energy of Shiva Shankar penetrating to the bones, the bone-chilling penetration of this beautiful shloka. Jai Shiva Shankar, Jai Shiva Shankar, Shiva Shankar Shambho. Dum 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 rubajaye Shiv Shankar Kailashpati Yug soya ji jagaye Shiv Shankar Kailashpati bolo dum 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 rubajaye Shiv Shankar Kailashpati Yug soya ji jagaye Shiv Shankar Kailashpati bolo Hari Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya, bolo Om Namah Shivaya, Hari Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, bolo Om Namah Shivaya. माथे ऊपर तिलक चंद्रमा पहरे नाग की माला माथे ऊपर तिलक चंद्रमा पहरे नाग की माला डमरू की धड़कन पे नाचे सृष्टि का रखवाला डमरू की धड़कन पे नाचे सृष्टि का रखवाला निज भक्तन के कष्ट मिटाए शिव शंकर कैलाशपति युग सोया जी जगाए शिव शंकर कैला बोलो हरि ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय जटाजूट से जरती गंगा भव के ताप मिटाती जटाजूट से जरती गंगा भव के ताप मिटाती धरती और प्यासे जीवों की नैया प्यास बुझाती निज कृपा जग से बरसाए शिव शंकर कैलाशपति युग युग सोया जी जगाए शिव शंकर कैलाशपति हरि ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय हरि ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय प्रेम से बोलो महापति महादेव की जय the Shakti, the vibration, the force, that energy of Bhagwan Shiva Shankar. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukam Iva Vandanat Mrityur Moksha Mamrutat. Beautifully indeed. You guys sound beautifully. You sang well. You clapped so beautifully as well. Again, this is collaborative. It is inclusive. We are doing virtual satsanga. Something for the future. Brothers and sisters, Shivoham, the title of this series. Shivoham simply means I am Shiva. It is a mantra which reminds us of our oneness. And in this day and age, let me emphasize, we speak of oneness. Whether we are a community, whether we are a country, whether we are a nation, a continent, a mandir, a temple, even a pandit, we speak of oneness. And the minute and the day we can understand this concept of oneness, this world will become a better place. Bhagwan is teaching us a very important lesson right now with this lockdown that's global. We live in the confines of our home. We are restricted from working, from doing certain things, from going out, with the freedom that is. Brothers and sisters, let us use this time to emphasize this theory and this concept of oneness. Oneness with the absolute, the transcendent, the ultimate reality, the truth. The nature of Bhagwan Shiva Shankar, is acceptance. You may believe whatever you want, do whatever you want, but so as long as you have devotion and love in your heart, you will merge, when the time is right, into that oneness that is free from suffering and all pain. Repeating Shivoham, Shivoham, this mantra, creates a powerful and positive vibration which can bring about lasting transformation into your life. You can experience a state of detachment and the feeling of being free. This is the ultimate happiness, brothers and sisters, to see the changing nature of the world and to flow through it untouched. Such ancient Sanskrit mantras have been given so that we may experience our real nature. They create a vibration in our body, mind and consciousness, and the environment which lifts our thoughts and thus our possibilities above this mundane world. When we repeat Shivoham, we are saying, I am eternal, I am pure, I am intellect, I am free and unbounded consciousness. We have chosen this name because it represents our true eternal nature, the source and the goal that exists in us always. Nirvana Shatakam, composed by Adi Shankaracharya over thousands of years ago, is one of the most well-known among Sanskrit chants. Brothers and sisters, Chidananda Rupam, Shivoham, Shivoham, the mantra tells us, I am Shiva. I am not the mind. I am that consciousness. I am Shiva. We'll blend our voices now as we sing and we glorify this Lord Almighty, Bholinath. Jai, 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 Shiva Shankar. Shankar Acharya Ji, composition, Nirvana Shatakam. Please join with me. Again, the chorus, the lyrics on this one. Chidananda Rupam, Shivoham, Shivoham. Let us sing. Manobodha hankar chittanina na chasto haji have na chagran netri na chabhyum bhumin na tejo na vayu Chidananda Bodha Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. It says, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, the ego or the memory. I am not the ears, the skin, the nose or the eyes. I am not space, nor earth, nor fire, wind, nor water. I am the form of consciousness and bliss. I am Shiva. Na cha prana sankhyo na ve panchavayu na va sapta dhatur na va panchakosha na va pani padam na chopastya payu. Bolo Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Brother tells us, I am not the breath, nor the five elements, nor I am the matter, nor the five sheets of consciousness, nor am I speech, the hands or the feet. I am the form of consciousness or the feet. I am Shiva. I am bliss. I am Shiva. Name Vesharano, Name Mohalobha, Name Ve Madone, Magma tasya bhava na dharmo na kato na kamo na moksha Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. There's no like or dislikes in me, no greed or delusion. I know not pride or jealousy. I have no duty, no desire for wealth, lust or liberation. I am the form of consciousness and bliss. I am Shiva. Na punyam, na papam, na saukhyam, na dukkham, na mantro, na tirtam, na veda, na yajna, aham bhojanam eva bhojana bhota Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivo. Bolo Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. No virtue or vice, no pleasure or pain. I seek no mantras, no pilgrimage, no scriptures, no rituals. I am not the experience nor the experience itself. I am the form of consciousness and bliss. I am the eternal Shiva. Bhajan tells us again. Na me mrityu shanka, na me jati vedha, pita neva neva mata na janma, na bandhur na mrityam, gurur neva shisha. Bolo Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivo. I have no fear of death, no caste or creed. I have no father, no mother, for what I was never born. I am not a relative, nor friend, nor teacher, nor student. I am the form of consciousness and bliss. I am that Shiva. Aham nirvikalpo nirakar rupo vibhutvaj sarva sarvendriyana na chasanghatam eva muktirna meya. Bolo Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Prem se bolo Mapati Mahadeva ki Jai. Brothers and sisters, our katha continues this evening. One day, a sculptor was given a rock and he was asked to carve an image of God. You know, he tried to imagine a form that would best encapsulate God. He thought to himself, if he carved a plant, then he would exclude the animals and humans. If he carved a human, he would exclude the plants and animals. And if he carved a male, he would exclude the female, and vice versa. If he carved a female, he would exclude all the males. God, he believed, was the container of all forms. And the only way to create this container was by creating no form. Or maybe God is beyond all forms, but a form is needed to assess even this idea, not so? Overwhelmed by these thoughts, the sculptor left the stone as it was bowed before, and he bowed before it. This was the linga, the container of infinity, the form of the formless, the tangible that provokes insight into the intangible. The name given to this God was Shiva. Shiva, which means the pure one, the one purified of all forms. I want you to feel, I want you to experience the power and the Shakti in this name, and chant after me, Shiva. That is how powerful this Lord of this age is, the Lord of Lords. Shiva means that which is transcendent. Shiva means God who cannot be contained by space or time. God who needs no form. Shiva has been visualized as an icicle in the cave in Amarnath in Jammu, as a natural rock formation rising out of the earth, as in Kedar in Tehri, Uttarakhand or Linga Raja, Bhubaneswar or Orissa, as a smooth oval stone from the riverbed of Narmada, placed in a metal trough, as in the Kashi Vishwanath temple in Varanasi, or a sculptor of a smooth cylindrical freestanding pillar rising up from a leaf-shaped base in Brihadeshwara. Brothers and sisters, our theme once again as a quick reminder is Shivoham. The Lord of this universe permeates the entire cosmos, remaining invisible, indivisible in this universe. The cosmos consciousness illumines everything like that of a thread, runs through a necklace of gems, Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba tells us. Why is this awakening of the third eye so important? This awakening of the third eye. When can we look internally and realize that God exists, but we look and we don't see Him? We don't see Him. Goswami Tulsidas tells us in Ramayana, you all know this one very well. Siya Ram main sab jag jani, karahu pranam jodi jug pani. We see the external and physical properties of man, not the deep inner color and wonderful souls. We are very quick to misjudge in this day and age. We are very quick to profile. Introspection, my dear friends. Introspection yields vital information. Isn't now the right time for introspection? Many of us have so much free times. Many people in this world today are not reporting for work to their offices. Some of us, like myself, work from home. But many people have a surplus of time. What do we do with this time? I can assure you, tuning into the news channels on TV will get you more depressed than anything else. Take this time for introspection. Take this time for meditation. Take this time for bhajan, kirtan, singing and chanting, mananam, for breathing, for yoga. Time to do introspection. We ask ourselves a question when we do this introspection. Who are we? Where have we come from? And where are we going? You know, like the lyricist says in this Bollywood song, Main kaun hu, main kahan hu, mujhe bhi hosh nahi, main kaun hu. Devotees, gravitate towards Lord Shiva for numerous reasons. Why do you think? Think about this for a second. What is this attraction to Shiva Shankar Bholinath? Some will only gravitate to him on the night of Mahashivratri. Some on Mondays only. What is the meaning of Shiva, Mahadev, this greatest God? What is the meaning of this Shiva? Let us explain. Om Tat Purushaya Vidmahi Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. Umapati Mahadeva ki jai. The meaning of this mantra, Om. Let us invoke the three realms of this earth. Bhu, earth, Bhuva, wind, and Swaha, fire. Let us invoke the superlative, Tad, male, Purusha, and the omniscient Lord, Vidmahi. Let us meditate and focus upon Dhimahi, the supreme, Maha, this great Lord, Devaya. Let us ask Shiva, Rudra, to provide us inspiration and guidance, Prachodayat, in our spiritual journeys. This is the Shiva we speak about, brothers and sisters. We once again glorify Bholinath, Shiva Shankar in this bhajan. Seated upon the mountains of Arunachal, Lord Shiva is glorified in the following way.
अरुणाचल शिव हो त्रिशूलधारी हो अरुणाचल शिव हो त्रिशूलधारी हो हरि नारायण हो साई नारायण हो हरि नारायण हो साई नारायण हो जय देवी भारती विश्वव्यापिनी अन्नपूर्ण माता हो जय जगदीश हरे जय गोविंद हरे sing along with me जय जगदीश हरे जय गोविंद हरे नित्यानंदा ब्रह्मानंदा जय गोपाल हरे साई नित्यानंदा ब्रह्मानंदा जय गोपाल हरे अरुणाचल शिव हो त्रिशूलधारी हो अरुणाचल शिव हो त्रिशूलधारी शिव हो हरि नारायण हो साई नारायण हो स्वामी हरि नारायण हो साई नारायण हो जय देवी भारती विश्वव्यापिनी अन्नपूर्ण माता हो जय देवी भारती विश्वव्यापिनी अन्नपूर्ण माता हो जय जगदीश हरे जय गोविंद हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय गोविंद हरे नित्यानंदा ब्रह्मानंदा जय गोपाल हरे साई नित्यानंदा ब्रह्मानंदा जय गोपाल हरे प्रेम से बोलो महापति महादेव की जय Thank you so much for your wonderful comments in your chat. In those of you who are online on Facebook Live, you can type in Jai Bholenath or Jai Shiva Shankar. Let's keep that positive energy flowing. The more we call upon him, the more energized we will be, and the faster he will come onto this planet to remove this poison, this COVID-19 poison that we face, just like he did that halal poison. Prem se bolo Mahapati Mahadeva ki Jai. Brothers and sisters, in Hinduism, their numbers from 1 through 9, they all have numerous significance. Tonight, we're going to take a brief look at the number 3. Why 3? You see, in Hinduism, this number 3 is supposed to be idiosyncratic and blessed, since it is Lord Shiva's favorite due to 3 most salient reasons. And what are they? Lord Shiva is the third divine Godhead in the Trinity, not so? Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh, or Shiva. Lord Shiva, Lord Mahesh is the supreme and he has ultimate power. Therefore it is said, Trini Trini Videva Nam Rudrane Trini Chanda Gumsi Trini Savani Treya Imi Lokaha, meaning Lord Shiva is a sovereign deity, as in Trinetra, the one with the 3 eyes, which signifies Sat, Chit, Ananda, truth, consciousness, and happiness. Another example is the Bilwa tree, Bail as we call it. Bilwa is used for showing reverence and adoration to Bhagwan Shiva Shankar, especially on his lingam. It has 3 sub-leaves. The number 3 is symbolic. It's symbolic in the depiction of Om. Om is 3 syllables, not so A-U-Ma. Aum. The 3 qualities, the 3 gunas defined in the Hindu Shastras: Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. And of course, we always say Om, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Brothers and sisters, I want to take you now on a journey to a place called Patiram Trace in the village of Pinal in South Trinidad, very close to where I'm from. My dear brother, one of my gurus, my Sangeet guru, Ustad Budlal Samaru, lives in this trace. In this trace, there's a beautiful Shiva temple, Patiram Trace Hindu Mandir Shiva temple. And for those of you who understand and probably have heard the myth, not the myth, but the story of how this temple came to be. You see, this temple was part of an estate, a cocoa plantation. And the owner of this estate had hired, one uncle to clean this estate by cutting the bushes and the weeds and so forth. And one day while this uncle was cutting the bushes, his cutlass or his blade hit one stone, a little stone, and from that stone milk began to ooze out. Not too long after that, this uncle passed away, but that stone began to grow and grow and grow. And today, that stone is a beautiful Shivalingam in the heart of this beautiful, most powerful Patiram Trace Shiva Mandir. If you ever have an opportunity to visit Trinidad, please do so and go to this mandir and worship Bhagwan Shiva Shankar. It is a very, very, very powerful, most powerful place. There are many instances of these miracles that have been recorded all over this world. This is only one of them that I personally have seen with my own eyes. Tonight, we look now at one of the most powerful mantras on this planet. Right next to the Gayatri mantra is this Maha Mrityunjay mantra of Bhagwan Shiva Shankar. And we blend our voices together tonight as we sing. You all know it very well. Join with me. Trayambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukamiva bandhanam mrityurmokshayamamrutar Trayambakam yajamahe Sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukamiva bandhanam mrityurmokshayamamrutat Om Trayambakam yajamahe Sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukamiva bandhanam mrityurmokshayamamrutat. What is the meaning of this most powerful mantra? Let us examine very closely now, syllable by syllable. Trayambakam, one who has 3 eyes, Lord Shiva, is the only one with the 3 eyes. Yajamahe, one who is prayed to and or worshipped. Sugandhim, good smelling, sweet smelling. Pushti, prosperous, fulfilled. Vardhanam, one who makes us happy, prosperous, gives us peace of mind and takes care of us. Urvarukamiva, like it or no one else. Bandhanan, associated or bonding. Mrityur, from death. Moksha, free us all and send us back to you. Ma, not. Amritat, immortal. Overall meaning of this mantra? We concentrate on the 3rd eye, which lies between these 2 physical eyes and gives us the power to feel you. And by this we feel happy, satisfied and peace in life. We know immortality is not possible, but some extension can be given to our death by your powers, O Bhagwan Shiva Shankar. Moksha Mamrutat, as we speak about this topic of moksha, salvation, we also speak of the death of this body. Brothers and sisters, this morning at about 10 a.m. Eastern, my family lost someone very near and dear to us. My dear Auntie Polly Duki, better known as our Mama, passed away in Atlanta, Georgia. school days in Trinidad, hence the name Mama. I'd like to take this opportunity firstly to pray for her departed soul, and secondly, to extend my deepest condolences to my dear brother Ken and our entire family on her passing. She was the wife of the late Dada Persad, also known as Shalaks of Deve, mother of Mahindra Bobby, deceased, Anjani, deceased, and my dear brother Ken Maharaj of Atlanta, grandmother of Celine, Justin, and Sophia, and mother-in-law of Sundar and Joyce. She was the mama to so many of us. And in these difficult times, as Bhagwan Shiva Shankar has taught, as Bhagwan Shri Krishna has taught us in Bhagavad Gita, he says, Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Bol, Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Bol, Nainam Chindanti Shastrani, Nainam Dahati Pavakaha, Nainam Chindanti Shastrani, Nainam Dahati Pavakaha, Na Jainam Kledyo Yantyapo, Na Sosati Marta. Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Bol, Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Bol. Ram Nam Satya Hai, Om Sadgati. We pray for the soul of our Mama to reside with Bhagwan. This shloka from Sri Bhagavat, from the Bhagavatam, Bhagavan Shri Krishna tells Arjuna, "O Arjuna, no weapon can cut this soul into pieces, nor can it be burned in fire, nor moistened by water, nor withered by the wind. This soul is immortal, and it exists in you and I." Brothers and sisters, we now do this bhajan as I dedicate to my entire family, and for those who have lost, I know many of you tuning in tonight from New York City have lost loved ones and friends and relatives as well. We pray for those souls. Kabira, जब हम पैदा हुए जग हंसे हम रोए, ऐसी करनी कर चलो हम हंसे जग रोए. The poet Kabir says, Kabir Das says, when I was born, I cried and the world laughed at me. He says, this body is delicate. He says, it's like a transparent sheet drenched and woven with Lord Rama's name. He says, the ignorant and foolish have stained it and made it unclean. And once this sheet is completed, it is delivered and given to the person who dyes this sheet. For a very short time, 2 days, it has been given to you. The ignorant does not know what to do with this sheet. Day after day, they have stained it and spoilt it. Kabir Das tells us, Dhruva, Prahlad and Sudava have all worn this sheet. Sukadev purified it. Kabir Das wore it with great care and laid it down as it was given to him. Kabir Ji tells us, Chadariya, Chadariya, Jhini re Jhini, He Ram Ram Ras Bhini, Chadariya, Jhini re Jhini. अष्ट कमल का चरक बनाया, पांच तत्व की पूरी चदरिया, पांच तत्व की पूरी, 9-10 मास भुनन को लागे, 9-10 मास भुनन को लागे, मूर्ख मैली कीनी चदरिया, झीनी रे झीनी 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 राम नाम, हे राम नाम, हे राम नाम, रस भीनी चदरिया, झीनी रे झीनी झीनी रे झीनी झीनी रे झीनी। प्रेम से बोलो भगवान रामचंद्र की जय। Devotees, as difficult it is to lose those that we love, we must not forget that there is a greater force in this world, and one day you and I too will have to make this journey. How do we prepare ourselves to make this journey? You know, just as we speak of death, we have celebrated also many birthdays this past week, and certainly in this month of April, my Pitaji as well, all my cousins, and this past week, my dear brother, I'd like to dedicate this bhajan to all the birthday celebrants, and also my dear brother Sri Surajdev Mangru of Pinal in Trinidad. Bhaji, thank you for your feedback, your words of encouragement, and your guidance in making life better for so many individuals in our community and in our society. This bhajan speaks. It says, there's no need in this world to take another name for protection when Sri Ram dwells in our hearts. Some ask for gold, some ask for silver, all different kinds of gifts. However, those who give their hearts to the Lord are the greatest donors. Some sit at home and meditate. Some pray in temples. Some bathe in holy rivers like the Ganges and the Yamuna. Others go to great places of pilgrimage and go to Kashi to pray. But whoever takes care of their parents and are taught by Sri Ram has done the greatest act in this entire world. The bhajan tells us, and I like all of you know this bhajan. And at this time, if your kids are not assembled yet, please bring them. Our children's segment is coming up very shortly as we sing. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, Tvameva bandhuscha sakha tvameva, Tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva, Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva, जिनके हृदय श्री राम बसे, उन और उनको नाम न लियो जिनके हृदय श्री राम बसे, और उनको नाम न लियो जिनके हृदय श्री राम। कोई मांगे कंचन सिखाया, कोई मांग रहा प्रभु से माया, कोई पुण्य करे कोई दान करे, कोई दान करो ज़बखान करे, जिन कन्या धन को दान दियो, जिन कन्या धन को दान दियो, और उनको दान दियो न दियो जिनके हृदय श्री राम बसे, और उनको नाम न लियो जिनके हृदय श्री राम।
में बैठा नमन करे कोई, हरि मंदिर में भजन करे कोई, गंगा जमुना स्नान करे कोई, काशी जाके ध्यान धरे। जिन मात पिता की सेवा की, जिन मात पिता की सेवा की, उन तीर्थ स्नान कियो न कियो, जिन के हृदय श्री राम बसे, और उनको नाम लियो न लियो, जिन के हृदय श्री राम। प्रेम से बोलो भगवान रामचंद्र की जय। Thank you so much for your kind words of encouragement. I'm looking at all of the messages coming through, and to my dear brothers and sisters all over. Thank you so much, Sharon G. Thank you so much for lighting up this screen this evening with all of your kind words of encouragement. Please, if you can, on your chats, typing the words Jai Shri Ram, Om Namah Shivaya. Let us create this Shakti, these vibrations. And now, to all the listeners again on Akashvani 106.5 and Swarga HD, we say to you, Swagatam again. Pleasant good evening, Sitaram, to each and every one of you. And now, we are going to prepare now for our children's segment. Children are a very important part of this Shivoham series, and I'll tell you why. You see, in this time that we are all in lockdown, children have a lot of free time on their hands. And we as parents, we must guard and guide them as to how they utilize this time. Yes, it's good to be home and good to be bonding and all of these things. But children must also be enlightened. I want you all now, parents and children as well, sit comfortably if you can. Sit comfortably, take your position on your chairs. If you can, cross your legs on the floor. But make sure your back is straight and upright. And your head is also upright. Take a deep breath and relax as you breathe out. Take another deep breath. Relax, and yet another deep breath. Now, imagine that you're a tiny seed under the earth. It is dark, and you have started now to send your roots down into the earth to find water. As you begin to push upwards, although you don't know what it is like or what you're looking for, suddenly you have broken through the earth into the light. It feels wonderful. The sun warms you, and as you stretch higher, you feel healthy and strong. Feel the rain as it seeps into the ground, and as you drink the cool, refreshing water. After a lot of growing, you discover now who you really are. Brothers and sisters, you may be a flower, a tree, a vegetable, or a bush. Picture what you are in your mind and admire yourself. You are something beautiful that has come from the earth with the help of the sun and the rain. Now bring your attention back to where you are. Open your eyes and stretch as the exercise has finished. Smile at the person next to you, your mom, your dad, your family, your loved ones. How do you feel? Tell that person, I love you. Tell everyone on social media tonight, I love you. And children, parents, we get ready now for story time. The objective of this story is, I too can care for the world around me. The strip of land along a river had slowly started to dry up after the monsoon. At it first turned into reddish mud, and then, in the heat of the sun, it became a crust, which slowly split into large, irregular cracks. We experience this in the Caribbean very often. A young and tender reed, a little plant, grew among many of its kind on this strip of land. And as far as long as one could remember, there had been reeds on this embankment. Slender yet majestic plants
crowned by large fan-like leaves. After every monsoon now, new plants burst through the crust of this earth and grew quickly, nurtured by the water, the mud of the rivers, and the sun. Human beings call this river the Yamuna. The reeds call it the one with the big water. The little shoot struggled to dig his way now through the earth, pushed on by irresistible energy of growing up and of life itself. One day he managed to reach the surface. One final enormous burst of energy which nearly exhausted him completely, and he entered this world and saw the light. It dazzled him. The pale green of his little head seemed almost white in the glowing sunlight. And he remembered. He remained still for a long time and enjoyed the lightness of the air and of the colors. He felt calm that we feel when we have finally reached our goal and when we have been freed from the pressures of this mundane world. Brothers and sisters, he had not understood the reason for his struggle, but when he had still been underneath the ground, he asked himself, why must I fight against these hard lumps of earth, and where am I going? He's asking the question now. May kaun who? The darkness which surrounds him within the lap of the earth was somehow comforting, and really he would have been content just to remain quiet and still. But for some reason, in an inexplicable energy, he seemed to stir with him, and he had the will now to arise. Having now arrived at the surface, the whole strenuous process seemed like a bad dream, but now he understood the reason for his struggle. You see, he felt happy to be alive, happy to be able to see the sun and to have won the first battle. But when the evening arrived now and the sun disappeared below the horizon, the newly born reed began to get anxious. Did he have to return into the earth? And had he reached the end of his journey? As the night wore on, however, the little reed became accustomed to darkness. He realized that the darkness of night now was less dense than that of the earth, and his fears began to fade away. Then one by one, tiny twinkling lights now started to appear on the dark sky, and they were followed by a large pale sun. Once again, his mind was filled with questions, you see. Had the sun just been born as he himself had been born only a few hours earlier? After all, just like him, the sun was pale and so sad, obviously limp from the strain of growing. This little shoot knew nothing about these things. He was hungry for answers, and what happened? With his faint voice now, he asked a reed next to him, from which earth has this pale sun come? Referring to the moon now. The larger reed answers with a frickle giggle. He says, that is not the sun. This is the great queen of the night, and the water, this is the moon. The baby shoot did not want to look stupid, so he said he did not want to ask any more questions, you know. But in his mind, he thought of one question after another. Night, water, he said. Was the night of a different darkness? Darkness made of air instead of the earth? Did he have to pass through this darkness as well? You see, still engulfed in amazement and fright, the little shoot did not notice that the queen of the night had slowly retreated from the sky. That is the moon. And the first rays of light had announced themselves in the east. The sun was about to rise. Over the course of time, he learned many things, and he learned to enjoy the smooth caresses of the wind, which sometimes would tickle him quite boldly and bending him, swaying him from side to side. He concentrated on drawing the moisture of the earth into his roots and to sustain him for long days under the blazing sun. He learned to absorb the morning dew which formed on his leaves and whispered a little prayer of gratitude for every refreshing drop. The little reed also started to observe his surroundings like you and I, and he learned how to communicate with other inhabitants in this reed game. This brings us to the end of that story. Now for some questions for our children and also the adults. How did you feel when you heard this story? Did it remind you of anything in your life, some of the battles and some of the challenges that we go through on a day-to-day basis? What did the little reed experience as it grew out of a tiny seed? Why did this little reed feel so anxious? What did the little reed mistake the moon for? Is it good to ask a lot of questions like the reed? The answer to that one is yes. And what do you like most in nature? So I encourage you to learn, children especially, to learn, use this time to learn, to read, and then to share what you have learned. Please invite your friends and relatives to join us every Tuesday and Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this station or these avenues that you're looking or listening to this program on for this session of devotion, where we are going to focus on scriptural knowledge for all. I want you all, children especially, if you can, draw or paint a picture of the beauty of nature using your imagination, or painting of a famous landscape artist, and have your parents take a picture and send it to me, email it to me, om@panditneil.com. And in the comments, please put your names and your age. We'll be looking out for it. And if you can get this to me before Tuesday, we'll have some announcements to make. Brothers and sisters, our Katha continues now. I say to you in this message of hope today, let your faith be bigger than your fears. We are being presented now with two choices: evolve or repeat. Evolve or repeat. As we sing, Bhagwan Shiva Shankar again tells us, evolve or repeat. We glorify that blessing now, that name of Shiva Shambhu. Prem se bolo Mahapati Mahadev ki Jai. The bhajan tells us, the devotee of Bhagwan Shiva Shankar identifies his mystical symbols. I'd like to be your Damaru, he says. O Lord, and the garland that is close to your heart, please quench this thirst of mine that persists even birth after birth. The bhajan tells us. Damaru ka roop main dharu, mala banke gale mein rahu. Damaru ka roop main dharu, mala banke gale mein rahu. Jai Bholenath, Jai Mahadev, Jai Bholenath, Jai Mahadev. Janam janam ki pyas, janam janam ki pyas bujalo, janam janam ki प्यास बुझालो। बोलो बम बम भोलेनाथ, बम बम भोलेनाथ, बम बम भोलेनाथ, बम बम भोलेनाथ। जय भोलेनाथ, जय महादेव, जय भोलेनाथ, जय महादेव। बन के त्रिशूल में धरो, ये संग नाचता रहो। भस्म का रूप में धरो, रोम रोम लिपट में रहो। जय भोलेनाथ, जय महादेव, जय भोलेनाथ, जय महादेव। जन्म जन्म की प्यास बुझालो, जन्म जन्म की प्यास बुझालो। बम बम भोलेनाथ, बम बम भोलेनाथ, बम बम भोलेनाथ, बम बम भोलेनाथ। हिरण का रूप में धरो, फिर तेरा आसन बनो। निर्मल का धारा में धरो, गंगा बन के जटा में रहूं। बोलो जय भोलेनाथ, जय महादेव, जय भोलेनाथ, जय महादेव। जन्म जन्म की प्यास बुझालो, जन्म जन्म की प्यास बुझालो। बम बम भोलेनाथ, बम बम भोलेनाथ,
bum bum bholenath, bum bum bholenath. चंद्रमा के किरण में बनूं, मुकुट मेरे तेरे में रहूं, घुंघरू के पन्ने में रहूं, पायल में बनते रहूं, मुकुट में तेरे में रहूं, घुंघरू बनके पायल में रहूं, घुंघरू पायल में रहूं, ताल बनकर तेरे संग हूँ। बोलो जय भोलेनाथ, जय महादेव, जय भोलेनाथ, जय महादेव। जन्म जन्म की प्यास बुझा लो, जन्म जन्म की प्यास बुझा लो। बम बम भोलेनाथ, बम बम भोलेनाथ, बम बम भोलेनाथ, बम बम भोलेनाथ। जय भोलेनाथ, जय महादेव, जय भोलेनाथ, जय महादेव, जय भोलेनाथ, जय महादेव। प्रेम से बोलो महापति महादेव की जय। जय भोलेनाथ। Devotees, there's once a beautiful story of Lord Vishnu and Lord Brahma having a conversation, This is contained in the Vidveshwara Samhita of the Shiva Purana. Lord Brahma approached Lord Vishnu once, in Vaikuntha Lok, and the Devas, before this was taking place, the Devas were very terrified and by this fighting that was taking place. And Lord Brahma and Lord Vishnu began to fight. But what were they fighting for? And the reason why they were fighting. You see, Lord Brahma had what's called this negativity called Abhiman. And when he approached Lord Vishnu, he said to Lord Vishnu, he says, I have come to you in Vaikuntha Lok, and you will remain seated on your throne, on that serpent, that couch of Seshnag, that snake. Why are you lying there? Get up, rise, I am your Lord, I have come here. You should always have respect for the elder, Brahma tells Lord Vishnu. You see, Lord Brahma had something called Abhiman, and the Bhajan tells us, मत कर तू अभिमान रे बंदे, झूठी तेरी शान रे, मत कर तू अभिमान, मत कर तू अभिमान. We get rid of all of this. Oh man, do not have false pride. The Bhajan tells us. It says, this is nothing but falsehood. On hearing these words of Brahma, Lord Vishnu now became agitated, became angry. And what did he do? He assumed a calm and exterior position. And he says, praises to thee, O Creator. O Creator, hail, praises to thee. Welcome, Swagatam. Please come and have a seat. Lord Brahma says, dear Vishnu Bhagavan, know to me that I have come here in the shortest space of time. I am to be honored greatly. I am the protector of this world. I am your grandfather. Lord Vishnu said to Brahmaji, Brahma Pita, he says, oh dear one, the whole universe is situated within me. But your way of thinking is like that of a thief. He says, you are born, O Brahma, of the lotus sprung from my navel. You are like my son. Your words are therefore futile. And arguing with each other, they began to fight. Brothers and sisters, the attendants of Lord Brahma and Lord Vishnu now also, they got into this clash. And the different devas now, in their flying chariots, they came on this battlefield now to witness this battle. You see, the battle they were fighting, devotees, is this battle that we fight on a daily basis. It's called the battle of desires. The desires of our minds. Now,
the messengers of these two devas, they approach Bhagwan Shiva Shankar and to come to call upon him now to stop this fighting. As they approached him, why Lord Shiva, we say? Why did they go to Bhagwan Shiva Shankar? You see, as we sang earlier on, Mano Bodha Hankar Chitta Ninam Na Chastro Na Jihave Na Chagram Nitri Na Chabhyom Bhumir Na Tejo Na Vayo Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Lord Shiva says, when he saw them now, they approached him and they began to praise him. Dear children, I hope the universe and the race of the deities under my guidance flourish with their respective deities. He says, I now am aware of what this fighting that is taking place. And he now accompanied all of the gunners to the devas to this interlope now where this fighting was taking place. And Lord Shiva now told them, he said to them, in this court, I am going to create this flame, this wall of fire. And I would like both of you to understand that whoever gets to the top or to the bottom of this and comes back to me first, you will be supreme, you'll be supreme reign. Now, Lord Vishnu says, I will take the form of a boar and I will go to the root. Lord Brahma, he jumped on his vehicle and went to the top. But while Lord Brahma was traveling to the top, you all know the story very well. I'm going to come to the message I'm going to leave with you this evening. Upon climbing to the top now, Lord Brahma encountered this flower, the Ketaki flower. And the flower now, he made a plan with this flower, that this flower would witness that Lord Brahma has in fact reached to the top. Now, Lord Shiva, of course, the knower of everything, got wind of this. And as Lord Brahma came back now, and he spoke to Lord Shiva, he says, oh Hari, the top of this column has been seen by me. This Ketaki flower is my witness. And they repeated now this falsehood, this word of falsehood. Lord Vishnu now believing that this to be true, he began to pay obeisance to Lord Brahma. He worshipped Lord Brahma in the 16 Sodaksh Matrika, 16 means of service and homage. Lord Shiva now took a visible form in order to chastise Brahma, who practiced trickery and came out of the column of fire that Lord Shiva had produced. You see, on seeing now, out of ignorance and delusion about who is going to lose now this body, without a beginning and an end, we indulge in this quest prompted by our own desires. Our desires, like Lord Brahma did, brothers and sisters, will force us to seek things that are not real, things that are false, things that are Maya. We must be very careful about this. As you know this story very well, Lord Shiva, he says now, he called upon one of his form. He created now this wonderful form of himself called Kal Bhairav Baba. Kal Bhairav Baba. We all know who Bhairav Baba is in Trinidad and Guyana. We call him the D Baba. There's a beautiful, I'll sing one line of the bhajan. Namo Kal Bhairo, Namo Kal Bhairo, Namo Kal Bhairo Devo Bhavani. Jai 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 Kal Bhairo Dev, Jai Kal Bhairo, Jai Jai Devi Bhavani. Jai 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 Kal Bhairo, Jai 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 Kal Bhairo, Jai Jai Devi Bhavani. Prem se bol Shri Kal Bhairav Baba ki Jai. The incarnation of Lord Shiva. Lord Bhairav now knelt before Lord Shiva and in the battlefield and says, oh Lord, what shall I do? Please give me your directives quickly. And Lord Shiva, he says, here's Brahma, the first deity of this universe. Worship him with your sharp pointed sword, quick moving sword. And with one of his hands, he caught hold of the tuft of Brahma and the fifth head was taken off. You see, that is the head of ignorance. That is the head of Abhiman. This is what this is symbolic of. And this is the theme of this katha, of this series that we are going to continue with. Shivoham, I am that which I am. I am Shiva. In this mode of anger and hurt, my dear friends, with all of these atrocities that were taking place, Lord Vishnu was still able to express his compassion towards Lord Brahma. How many of us can be like Lord Vishnu and express this compassion? You know, I'll tell you a quick story before we wrap this evening. There was a father and a child, father and a son, who lived in a city not very far from here. And this father, he saved up, he worked very hard, and he saved up his money, and he bought a very expensive red sports car. This car was parked on the street, So his son was playing ice hockey during the day with some of his friends on the street, and accidentally his son's hockey stick scraped, made some marks and dents on this car. The next morning when the father now was coming out to go to work, and he saw these scrapes, he called upon his son, he says, "What is this?" Saw the marks on the car. What did he do? He got so angry. He took a hammer and he took the child's fingers and he pounded. He pounded the child's fingers, damaged the child's fingers with a hammer. Now the child had to be taken to the hospital and he had to do reconstructive surgery and so forth. Now the child was so sad. He said to the father, the father got the car repainted and stuff. And when he came back a few days after to see the child in the hospital, the child asked the father, he says, "Daddy, how is the car? Has it been repainted?" The father said, yes, I took it to the body shop and it was repainted. So the child looked at the father and showed him his hands. He says, "Daddy, do you think they can fix my hand back too?" Brothers and sisters, that father, we never saw or heard of him again after that instance. Brothers and sisters, let us not be inconsiderate. Let us not be like these people who fail to realize the value of life and the value of the blessed souls that live amongst us. Brothers and sisters, Lord Shiva, after this incident took place, he says, one of the beam, the bottom of this light, it was so powerful, this flame, this wall of fire. The bottom of its light was anchored in a place called Arunachala, the Arunachala hill, which is located in Tiruvannamalai, which is a city not too far from Chennai in Southeast India. He manifested himself instead as this hill in Arunachala. And he says, as the moon derives its light from the sun, so other holy places shall derive their sanctity from Arunachala. It will appear on the summit of this hill every year at Kartik in the form of a peace-giving beacon. This refers not only to the sanctity of this Arunachala hill, but also to the doctrines of Advaita and the path of self-inquiry, which is Arunachala will be the center. Brothers and sisters, Sri Ramana Maharishi was an ancient Indian Hindu sage and a liberated soul. He was born in what's now called Tamil Nadu in India. And in 1895, he had an attraction to this sacred hill called Arunachala. And in 1896, at the age of 16, he had a near-death experience where he became aware of a current or force which he recognized as his true self. And later identified himself with personal God or Ishvara. This resulted in a state that he later described as the state of mind or Ishvara or the Jnani. 6 weeks later, he left his uncle's home in Madurai and journeyed to the holy mountain of Arunachala, where he took on the role of a sannyasin, and he remained for the rest of his life. Ramana Maharishi approved a number of paths and practices, but recommended self-inquiry is what we speak about, Chidananda Rupam Shivoham Shivoham, as the principal means to avoid ignorance and to abide in self-awareness. Some quotes now from Sri Ramana Maharishi. One must realize, he says, his self in order to open the store of unalloyed happiness. He also said the body dies, but the spirit that transcends it cannot be touched by death. In order to be free from worry and fear, brothers and sisters, and to attain everlasting peace, we should realize that I am I. And when you have a firm belief in this statement, nothing else can shake you. Do not develop undue attachment to the body and material possessions. No, you will be redeemed only. You will be redeemed only when you lead your life with a spiritual sacrifice. What you should achieve is tyaga or sacrifice, not bhoga or pleasure. To consider something as yours, mine, is bhoga. To realize that nothing is yours is yoga. This yoga bestows us, you and I, onto thee, onto Bhagwan. May the blessings of Bhagwan Shiva Shankar be upon each and every one of us. Brothers and sisters, Shivoham, this series. Spread the word, spread the invitation every Tuesday and every Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. with the blessings of Bhagwan on these stations. Akashvani 106.5 FM, Swarg, HD, radio and TV, and of course here live on social media, Facebook Live, and of course from Tuesday on YouTube Live as well. As I close, I leave you with a few following messages of hope. Try this perspective shift. Instead of seeing social distancing as travel bans as panic, try seeing them as acts of mass cooperation intended to protect our collaborative whole. This plan is not about individuals going into hiding, No. It is about global depth, or global breadth, an agreement between humans around the planet to be still. And be still in hopes that the biggest wave can pass without engulfing too many vulnerables amongst us. Brothers and sisters, as we bring this session of devotion to a close, I want you to ensure that we just do not look, but we see. We see God in every living being. How? Smile. When you smile, the world smiles back at you. Have you tried this? Come on, smile. Wherever you are, smile. How do you feel? It only takes two muscles to smile, You remember that, eh? Paramahansa Yogananda tells us, and I quote, he says, "Let my soul smile through my heart, and my heart smile through my eyes, that I may scatter rich smiles into sad hearts." I repeat, Paramahansa Yogananda, let my soul smile through my heart, let my heart smile through my eyes, that I may scatter rich smiles into sad hearts. Devotees, exhibit true love from the heart. Serve mankind selflessly. And remember, hands that serve are holier than lips that pray. Hands that serve are holier than lips that pray. Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba. Don't forget, adults, and especially all the children, my children, send me your drawings. Draw something that is of nature, something of beauty. Have your parents or you take a picture of it and send it to me. You can find my contact information right here. You message it or you can email it to me. om@panditneil.com, spelled PANDITNEIL. And make sure you have your name and your address on this as well. We sing this beautiful bhajan as we glorify Bhagwan Shiva Shankar as we bring this session of devotion now to a close. Devotees, let me thank each and every one of you again for joining me this evening on this first edition of Shivoham. Let us continue this. Let us uphold this flag of Satya Sanatan Vedic Dharma, because we are going to be in this lockdown position for perhaps several more weeks. Let us share this invitation and let us call out and let us give a big thank you to the media houses, Akashvani Radio 106.5 and their sponsors, and of course Swarg HD Radio and TV for all their sponsors as well, and to each and every single one of you for joining me, for clapping, for singing, and for glorifying and sharing in this devotion. This program is highly
recommended. And for children especially, I ask you to bring them, invite them, share the message and share the invitation. Someshwara, Shiva Someshwara, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya. Someshwara, Shiva Someshwara, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya. Someshwara, Shiva Someshwara, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya. Someshwara, Shiva Someshwara, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya. Gangadhara, Shiva Gangadhara, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya. Gangadhara, Shiva Gangadhara, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya. Nageshwara, Shiva Nageshwara, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya. Nageshwara, Shiva Nageshwara, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya. Vishweshwara, Shiva Vishweshwara, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya. Vishweshwara, Shiva Vishweshwara, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bhole Namah Shivaya. Shailagileshwar, Uma Maheshwar, Kashi Visheshwar, Sadashiva. Shailagileshwar, Uma Maheshwar, Kashi Visheshwar, Sadashiva. Sadashiva, 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 Shambhu Sadashiva, Sadashiva, Shambhu Sadashiva. Shailagileshwar, Uma Maheshwar, Kashi Visheshwar, Sadashiva. Sadashiva, 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 Shambhu Sadashiva, Sadashiva, Shambhu Sadashiva, Sadashiva, Shambhu Sadashiva, Sadashiva, Shambhu Sadashiva. Shankar, Shiva Shankar, Shiva Shankar, Rupa Maheshwara Sai. Shiva Shankar, everybody please sing. Shiva Shankar, Shiva Shankar, Rupa Maheshwara Sai. Shiva Shankar, Shankar, Shankar Sai. Shiva Shankar, Shankar, Shankar Sai. Omkar Priya Shiva Shankar Sai. Bolo. Omkar Priya Shiva Shankar Sai. Kailash Priya Shiva Shankar Sai. Kailash Priya Shiva Shankar Sai. Nath Janamama Priya Shankar Sai. Bolo Shankar Sai. Bolo Shankar Sai. Shiva Shankar, Shankar, Shankar Sai. Shiva Shankar, Shankar, Shankar Sai. Bolo Shiva Shankar, Shiva Shankar, Shiva Shankar, Rupa Maheshwara Sai. Shiva Shankar, Shiva Shankar, Shiva Shankar, Rupa Maheshwara Sai. Shiva Shankar, Shankar, Shankar Sai. Shiva Shankar, Shankar, Shankar Sai. Omkar Priya Shiva Shankar Sai. Omkar Priya Shiva Shankar Sai. Kailash Priya Shiva Shankar Sai. Kailash Priya Shiva Shankar Sai. Nath Jana Priya Shiva Shankar Sai. Oh Shankar Sai. Bolo Shankar Sai. Shiva Shankar Sai. Shiva Shankar, Shankar, Shankar Sai. Shiva Shankar, Shankar, Shankar Sai. Shiva Shankar, Shiva Shankar, Shiva Shankar, Rupa Maheshwara Sai. Shiva Shankar, Shiva Shankar, Shiva Shankar, Rupa Maheshwara Sai. Shiva Shankar, Shankar, Shankar Sai. Shiva Shankar, Shankar, Shankar Sai. Shiva Shankar, Shankar, Shankar Sai. Praise the Mahapati Mahadeva ki jai. Devotees, we glorify Bhagwan Shri Krishna now as we sing. O Radhe Govinda Gopala, Jai Jai Govinda Radhe Gopala. O Radhe Govinda Gopala, Jai Jai Govinda Radhe Gopala. Govinda Govinda Gopala, Govinda Govinda Gopala, Govinda Govinda Gopala, Govinda Govinda Gopala. O Radhe Govinda Govinda Gopala, O Shama Govinda Govinda Gopala. Hari Bol, praise the Lord. Radhe Govinda Gopala, Jai Jai Govinda Radhe Gopala. O Radhe Govinda Gopala, Jai Jai Govinda Radhe Gopala. Krishna Madhusudhana, Madhusudhana Krishna. Krishna Madhusudhana, Madhusudhana Krishna. O Shama Govinda Govinda Gopal, O Kanha Govinda Govinda Gopal. Hari Bol. O Radhe Govinda Gopala, Jai Jai Govinda Radhe Gopala. O Radhe Govinda Gopala, Jai Jai Govinda Radhe गोविंद राधे गोपाल गोविंद गोविंद गोपाल गोविंद गोविंद गोपाल ओ श्याम गोविंद गोविंद गोपाल ओ राधे गोविंद गोविंद गोपाल ओ राधे गोविंद गोपाल जय जय गोविंद राधे गोपाल ओ राधे गोविंद गोपाल जय जय गोविंद राधे गोपाल प्रेम से बोलो भाग्य वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. As we bring this session of devotion now to a close, I ask all of you to please sit upright with me as we sing and we chant and we glorify. We thank Bhagwan for giving us this beautiful opportunity to sit, to chant, to glorify, to tune in to all of the different media houses and social media. To spend this time with you is priceless this evening. I say to you, may God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for sharing the love. Thank you for being part of this devotional series, Shivoham. Chidananda Rupam, Shivoham, Shivoham. As you carry on this week, I want you to chant, I want you to remember these words. Chidananda Rupam, Shivoham, Shivoham. Chant it, sing it with all of your free time, your spare time that you may have. And I look forward for you to join me again on Tuesday night, this coming Tuesday at 7 p.m., 7 to 9 p.m. for a second edition of this program, Shivoham. Pandit Neil Persad asking you humbly to like my Facebook page, join me on Facebook, social media, as well as on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. Reach out to me, your comments, your feedback, negative or positive, is always welcome because this is how I learn. I thank all of you once again for your humble support and your confidence in me. Prem se bolo, Umapati Mahadeva ki jai. Let us pray. As we call upon Shiva Shankar Shambhu Bhagavan, Lord of this universe, thank you, Lord, for giving us this golden opportunity to assemble this evening, to sing and to chant your praises. Hey Prabhu, we pray for those who are sick and suffering, O Lord, and yes, for those souls that have journeyed back to you, especially our beloved Mama this morning, my aunt. We say to you, Ram Nam Satya Hai, Om Satyati. Tvameva Mata च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मा amritam gamaya. From untruth, lead us on to truth. From darkness, lead us on to light. And from death, lead us on to eternal life. Chidananda Rupam, Shivoham, Shivoham. We ask Bhavani Shankar Ma, Devi Durga Mata, to come into our lives and protect us, to protect all of our children. Ma, Jai Jai Durga, Jaya Durga, Mahamaya Jagadamba, He Mata Vishwamohini Devi Jagadamba, Jaya Durga, Mahamaya Jagadamba, Parameshwari Jaya Durga, Jagadishwari Jai Amba, Jai Jai Durga, Jaya Durga, Mahamaya Jagadamba, Paramam Pavitram Bhava Vibhuti, Paramam Vichitram Leela Vibhuti, Paramatma Ishtat Moksha Pradhanam Bhava Vibhutim
idamastrayami paramam pavitram baba vibhutim paramam vichitram leela vibhutim samastaloka sukhino bhavantu samastaloka sukhino bhavantu samastaloka sukhino bhavantu Om Shanti 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 प्रेम से बोलो गजानन स्वामी की जय उमापति महादेव की जय आदिशक्ति भवानी शंकर माता की जय वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय शिवोहम प्रोग्राम की जय 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 सीताराम सबको के सीताराम धन्यवाद कोटि कोटि धन्यवाद from the bottom of my heart I say to each and every one of you thank you for the outpouring of love, thank you for the continuous support. There are many programs out there, many pundits, all my pundit brothers, so many learned pundits are doing programs. Please tune in when you can and let us keep this vibe, let us keep this going, because this is how we uplift Satya Sanatan Vedic Dharma. My dear friends, blessings to each and every one of you. Please once again go on to my Facebook page. It is Pandit Neil PT, Neil, Dev, Dev, Persad, Persad. Like the Facebook page so you can receive all of these beautiful programming, and also Swarg HD, Akashvani 106.5. Thank you all so much for being a part of this amazing journey. We have a long way to go, and I can tell you, I can assure you, there's so much to bring to deliver and to share with you from so many different scriptures and so many different avenues. Make sure the children, those children who were tuned in today, please ask them to draw a picture of their interpretation of nature. Take a picture of it and send it to me. Message me, or you can WhatsApp me, or you can send it to my email om@panditneil, spelled panditneil.com. Once again, to each and every one of you, koti koti dhanyavad. To my parents, I love you guys very much. God blessings to you. To my cousin Ken, my brother, stay strong. We'll be there soon. Once again, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you. God bless you. Sitaram, Namaste, Sairam, Jai Guru Datta. Om Namah Shivaya.